don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you!
Hey there everyone, Tom here again, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the CT, what is this thing? CTYOU04 and O, whatever that symbol is there. It's like a backwards F. This is Killlion and Darius. Okay, this just came in. I haven't broken the seal or anything yet from Cang toys, so yeah, this is what the front of the box looks like. This is the side, the back, which has this beautiful rendition of the two figures in their alt modes, the side, and an extremely plain bottom. So to give you an idea of exactly what I'm looking at here, this box is 12 3/4 inches wide by approximately 9.5 tall and 12.5 deep. It is a large box. I got this from TF Direct. I'm getting all of this set from TF Direct. They contacted me and they said it weighed too much, so they weren't going to be able to put it on an airplane. So they offered me $40 to put it on an airplane and ship it, and I said I don't think that's going to happen. So I had them put it on the boat, and it arrived today. It actually got here extremely quickly. So we get this stuff here, and tell you what, it's packaged sideways, which I find interesting, extremely interesting. Let me see if I can get it down here where everybody can see. Alright, and pardon me for the jerkiness as I raise up my camera just a tinch here. Okay, so here is Killlion and Darius. Since Darius appears to be easier to get out, we'll take a look at him first. We've got foam in between the arms. Just comes out in pieces. Don't know what I think about this. Not because it's you know, a transforming figure. Just I'm just not sure exactly how I'm going to really think about this. We'll fight with that later. This has a little bit of weight to it. If I didn't know better, I'd say there's a little bit of die cast somewhere in here. So, yeah, not bad. Let's see. I know some people have expressed concerns about this Predaking set. It's going to be too stylized. I'm actually looking forward to it. I have always been of a mind that modern Transformers, I'm not a fan of the toon aesthetic beyond inspirational material, if you follow what I mean there. So yeah, wow. He is a large figure. He is very large. This is Razor Claw. So yeah, he feels like the rest of them, maybe just a little bit heavier. So we get these two figures. Okay, just kind of set them off to the side for the moment. We get this piece right here, which is a weapon. And interesting, it's hollow. Looks like it folds for some reason. But it's a circular, I don't know if y'all can see this or not. Let me zoom in real quick. It is a circular tab instead of like the palm in the, you know, tab in the palm thing. So that's kind of unusual. And we get this thing here, which looks like a gun. And it looks like we get, oh man, that one's in there. Looks like we get 2 of those. So yeah, that works, I guess. So, I tell you what, I'm going to pause right here, and I'm going to get this big box out of the way so we can focus on the figures. Darius, here, stands approximately right about 8 inches to the top of the head. Shoulder to shoulder, we're looking at about 3.5. Depth-wise, with everything he's got here, we're estimating about 3.5 to 4 inches. Okay. Moving on to Darius here in a prompt and efficient manner. Not sure what I think about his face sculpt. It's okay. He has no light piping. I would have liked to have seen some metallic paint for his eyes, or maybe some translucence, but it's okay. It's alright. It's not the greatest I've ever seen, but it's not the best, the worst either. The head is on a, the neck is on a hinge that moves up and down, and the head is on a ball peg, so he can look all the way up. Off pretty decent way down. Goes all the way around. And then we get a little bit of confused dog look, not a whole lot. Still digging the details. I'm digging the way that these things look. Shoulders. That is as far as you're going to get it out. All the way around, no problem. Bicep rotation is right here. So yeah. Double jointed elbow gets you that far, but it does run into these pieces here. Alright. No ab crunch for him either. He does have a waist swivel. Alright, which reminds me, I don't know if I ever checked to see if he had a waist swivel. Yes, he does have a waist swivel. Okay. Hip skirts that move out of the way to get you, I don't know if those are universals or not, but that's as far forward as his leg is going to kick. And back, I don't know if these are supposed to go up or down. So, that's what he can do for the American splits. He should be, looking at him, he should be able to do the full Chinese splits without any trouble. Yeah, just tensioned out to the side for the full Chinese. Excuse me. Thigh rotation is built around this mushroom peg right here. The knee, this hollow bit here is going to allow for 90-degree of bend. I don't know if it's a double jointed knee or not. It kind of feels like it. So even with the double joint, you still just get 90-degree. The feet can move up a little bit, down a bit, and you get a rocker. Okay, so this is, I don't know, this stuff on the back here is starting to aggravate me. I'm not sure what to think about it. Alright, so apparently Darius is supposed to hold this weapon. Arm, hand rotation without any trouble. I have 2 left hands. Let me show you here, folks. I've got 2 left hands. Well, that means somebody out there got 2 right hands. Alright, it doesn't really matter. So long as this thing can go in there, and it can, and he can hold it, just not happily. There we go. So yeah, he can hold his weapon just fine. So I intend to take this opportunity and I am going to transform Darius here. He seems to be the simpler of the two to transform, and I have transformed him a couple times. Incidentally, that odd backwards F, they intended it to be a 7. I don't know if y'all can make that out. So yeah, let me just get started transforming this guy. I do want to point out one thing. I absolutely love his head sculpt. Reminds me of Shadow Striker quite a bit. Alright, so the hands here are not difficult to transform. Basically, you want to open all this up. The tricky part comes in the way that you have to manipulate the hand to get it to go in. Okay. Basically, you pull this up and you rotate this way. It will not go the other way. And you have to pull this down at the same time so that this will come in. There is a pin right here that will connect to this port right here, like that. Pin, port. And that basically is one claw down. So we'll do the same thing on this side. First thing we have to do is open up this section right here. Alright, just open her up so that you can get it out of the way. Pull that down. Lift this up. Pull this up until you can get it around here. Rotate this upwards, and it doesn't matter that I've got two left hands, it works just fine. Rotate it around, push it in place, put that in place, connect here, and put your claw where it's supposed to be. Now, we'll mess with all this here in a little bit. Next thing you can do is lift up the head here, and you've got to pull this chest piece out. The chest piece has a flap here, so you can go ahead and just open this up if it's to where you can. Of course, mine's being persnickety at the moment. There we go. Just lift it up and open like that. Come here to the head and it's connected right here. So just kind of separate these two, right? And get this up and out of your way. Take your head, push it all the way down on that ball peg right here. Rotate it in and just kind of leave it sitting here. Actually, for when we go to foot mode, it's better to have the head all the way already down. It just is. Bring the wolf head up, rotate it on this ball peg here. Okay, lift it up. Now this groove is going to connect with this piece here. So just bring it up and connect it together. Alright, so we're doing good here. We are doing good. Move these out of the way to some degree. Alright, now for the legs. Take your leg, rotate. Alright, and this will come up basically just kind of like this. Now, we have his weapon that is going to plug in right here. The problem is that to get to that weapon, to get it in here, we have to rotate this. To rotate this, we have to get these bits out of the way. So, the easiest way I have discovered to do this is to get your arm in this kind of configuration just so you have clearance, and then you literally just open it up. Clearance, open it up. Now this is the foot joint, and it is quite solid. So you literally just have to pull it forward enough so that this connection will go in right there, like that. Then you have to put it back into place so that you can get your pieces here back. Rotate this round, pull your arms down, around, arms down. Now the directions, oh, and rotate your feet so that your claws are forward. When I looked at the directions, I wasn't 100% sure how to put these. Sometimes they show them like this, and sometimes they show them back. But for purposes of this, the way that we're doing this, that is going to be the correct way. So, here we have Darius in his wolf mode. I don't know if the jaw opens or not. I haven't actually tried that. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. Looks like it's supposed to on the packaging. Yes, okay. So, what in the world's going on with my zoom here? So yes, it will open. Not exactly happily, and it seems like you transform things when you do that, but yes, it does open. Alright. Articulation wise, remembering that this comes off, the head is on a ball peg. You can move it all the way up if you disconnect the transformation joint. It can look all the way down. You can move it to the left, move it to the right a little bit. Little bit of confused dog, all that. The arms here have the same mobility. They're just they continue to be hampered by these pieces, so just be mindful. You can rotate those up to kind of get them out of the way a little bit more. No ab crunch in this mode. Thigh rotation. The legs retain all of the arms retain all of their mobility. Toe goes up, toe goes down. It's on a ball peg, so you can wiggle it around, do whatever. Pretty details on this thing. The legs can go out and in, back, and that's as far forward as they go. The feet have the same articulation as what they had before. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Honestly, I probably would have been happier with it if it was just a foot. But they did not ask me. They did not ask me. So, in this mode, we're looking at approximately about 8.5 inches from tip to tip. Shoulder width, about 3 1/4. Height-wise, we're looking at about 5 inches. So, that is him in his robot mode, his beast mode. Now to get him into his other mode requires a little bit of finesse and finagling. So we basically pull this down. We have to bring in the head. It's got to come in and tuck in right here. This collapses upwards, and you would think that it would go all the way, but it doesn't. It just sits right there. That's all it does. Now, basically what we want is this is going to come forward, right? This is going to be like the front of the foot right here, and all this is going to connect together. These bits right here swing out, so we can go ahead and swing those out like this. It's just a matter of getting the proper clearance to be able to do a lot of this. Okay. Hope I'm not going out of order too badly. This is going to swing down. We have to redo the feet. I'm sorry, the hands. So we disconnect, pull this up. Did I do it backwards? No, I didn't. Okay. Alright, think, Tom, how do you do this? This is going to come back and connect this is going to come down and connect, but not before. Basically, we just need this bit back. So I just need, I shouldn't have done that. There's a sequence to this, and if you don't get the sequence down, then you just don't get it right. If there's an annoyance to this, that's it. This is going to come in and tab in right here. There's a tab on the foot. There's a tab right there. It's going to plug into this tab right here. It's just a matter of getting the hinges correct. Alright, now we need these things to come back out and around. And again, it's just a matter of getting your clearance so that you can do so. And then those will come down. This is going to come around, and this will tab in right here, theoretically. See, there's the notch, and there's the peg. So it's just a matter of lining it up properly, he says. I can see it. Why don't you go to your home, man? Go to your home. Everybody wants to go to their home, man. Go to your home. Alright. This is going to plug in right here. Like this. This is going to come down, and there's a tab right here that's going to plug in right here. It more kind of rests, but it does. And that's pretty much this side of the foot done on this front part. So let's see if we can do that again. Alright, we're going to open this up. We're going to just rotate this so that we can get the thing back here, put it back into place where it goes. Theoretically, this is going to come down and attach right there. Okay, no problem. Now we're going to rotate this around, pull this out and around, just like this. That one's already out. Swing this down. Maneuver this bit so that it will connect. There we go. Plug in. You know you want to plug in. Alright, now it's in. Come down here to this side, plug this in, which I have noticed this side doesn't like to plug in. It may be the paint, I don't know. And then bring this down, and it will slip into that little section right there. Just like that. Now, you can bring this up and connect it right there to give you that look. But Tom, what about the feet? Well, the feet. The lower legs here. We've got to get the foot up pretty much as far as it can possibly go. Now, there's a hinge here that we have to work with, and there's a hinge here that we have to work with. So the first thing we need to do is kind of break this connection, open this up, swing this down, this in and this around like that. So this is the configuration that you want. Now, there's a plug right here. It's going to plug into this. And it is not the easiest thing to do. In fact, I will tell you, I have spent more time trying to get this plug in than I have just about anything else on this figure. And I've even wondered if I could, you know, take out the weapon here and just connect it this way, if that would work. And so far it really doesn't want to do that. It also does not like the idea of going in any other way than that. So yeah, this bit stays in, and you've just got to fight with it until you can get this in. Now it will go. It's not necessarily the best connection I've ever seen, but it will go in. You just kind of have to lift up your hip skirts. That might be where I was messing up. It will go in, he says, just like that. And it might have been the hip skirts that were causing me all the trouble. Alright, let's do this on this side. Lift this panel up, rotate this, pull this all the way down, rotate it in, and once it's there, maneuver it until you can get this right here, and then you got to push it into place. And see, I lost this one. Push it into place. All right. It is just not the best thing I have ever seen here. Rotate this round, bring this down. Like this. Bring your gun back in. It slips on like this. Okay. And here, effectively, pull these around. Here, effectively, is your foot. I gotta tell you, I'm not a fan of this. There's nothing wrong with the concept. I like the fact that I have another figure. I'm not a purist to where I have to have just the 5 Predacons and that's it, but man alive. This suffers from some of the same issues that this set has had pretty much from the get-go. No matter what you do, it seems like you're just not going to be able to get it to do what you want it to do. So, there's something going on here. I followed the directions, and to be fair and realistic, this should come down because we have to have the capacity to use this ankle joint. We have to have the ankle joint square and level, right? So if the ankle joint is square and level like that, then it is not connected here. And I mean, that's, you can see the connection port. It should be going in right there. So just for kicks and giggles, because I can, I am going to just do what the directions do not tell me to do and take this off and see if I can make this work this way. By bringing these two together, right, bringing this in like this, connecting it the correct way, sorry. But then I still have this, which has no place. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Look, folks, I mean, it's a foot, it's relatively stable. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it does what it's supposed to do, I suppose, which is be a foot. I mean, I know I'm doing something wrong here. I know it, you know it, everybody around me knows it. The problem becomes, I'm not 100% sure how to fix this so that it's not wrong. See, this will come in like this. This can come in like this. Same thing, just at an angle, and it just doesn't work right. It's not going to work right like this. It can't possibly be designed to work like this. It doesn't work like this. Go in like this, but even then it's not as secure as you really want. And then you could, that's not going to work either, because now you're sitting on this instead of, no, that won't work. So the directions here are most definitely not the most elegant. Alright, so right here is how we get it into the back part into foot mode. And if you notice, this is still sticking just like this. So this means that it has to go in here like this. Has to, for it to be successful and do what the picture shows. So there's that. Alright, I do not know if that is correct or not, but you know what, it's fairly solid. I imagine this will come up or back or something. It's fairly solid, so we're going to call that, and that's probably how I'll display mine when I get it together. We're looking into the tip of the tail at about 9.5 inches width-wise, and about 3 1/4 height-wise, right about 3.5. Alright, so I don't think I really need to do scale comparison with this. I mean, I will for the beast mode, And I tell you what, I'm going to, this video will be edited, and this is going to be like a single video. I think I just decided that. This took too long. It took too long. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this one ready, and I'll publish it, and I'll have 04 ready, Killlion here, hopefully in the next day or so.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.